Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. They run once more with Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Colts hit 10-4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
You look at this Buffalo defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Back to throw now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well, this defense for the Bills, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Allen going to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. It wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. But you look at this defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. And the first play will be a field goal try. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Allen's throw complete to Shakir. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Throwing now is Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st and 10, Taylor now. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. He'll check this one down to Taylor. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
Now he fires deep for Shakir. And this one is incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw into the hands here of Hardman. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground. Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Again, it's Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14. Chad Muma brings him down on that one defensively. 2nd down and 8. And now they'll throw with Allen. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Touchdown, Bills. Dalton Kincaid, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this one fielded in the end zone. It won't be returned, so it'll come out to the 30. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Colts send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Cook. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. It's the fullback with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded in the end zone with no move to bring it out. So it'll be a touchback, and that ball will be placed at the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
So after the INT, it's Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Runs through the contact. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 116 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. 2nd and 6 coming up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bills are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's 2nd and 3. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. And he is going to have the first down. And that might not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they should be able to run it down from here. To the air, Allen. Right back to Cook for another completion. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Now Allen. That is caught by Shakir. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a 2nd and 6. Allen off the play fake. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Allen. He'll buy some time right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.